Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's Dave, your host. Today, this is a home. I just thought I'd share one or two things with you today, especially with regards to tomorrow's special day, which is Mothering Sunday. So you'll be seeing this on Mothering Sunday. I'm recording this the day before, so you won't be able to get any pre-warning from me to give you warning to get a Mother's Day card so that you don't forget. But anyway, for those of us that are well prepared, nice one. So this story, actually, I'm just walking into the conservatory at the minute, which is those two speakers. They'll be set up in here when I get a chance, once the weather picks up. When I came in here today, it was 28 degrees, which is lovely. But it's not too. That little dripping sound is the gutter. Got a box gutter in here. Anyway, so the reason I'm in here today, I haven't got the camera pointed out towards the window because one of my neighbours over the back, every time she knows I'm in here, she quite often gets my attention and she waves at me, you know, and she keeps saying to me, come on over, which I don't mind, but, you know, she never wears any blooming clothes. So put your clothes on. Don't do that. Put your clothes on. No, I'm not coming over. No, I've got to talk to this lady during the summer. Every blooming summer it's the same. She does this every time. What's the matter with these people? Anyway, back to the story. So, cast your minds back. Now, I bought my first property and I lived about 30 miles away at the time. So I took my mum over one day and we went into the property. We were taking some bits and pieces and getting some work done. And a couple of doors down, there was 4 properties together. I was, if you say left to right, left being 1 and the right being 4, I was number 2. So in number 4 was a guy called Andy, who may or may not be his real name, because I don't really want to identify the person. So it's quite important that you realise that this is actually true, and sometimes truth is really stranger than fiction. So here we go. This is the story. This is honest to goodness truth, and if anybody wants to use this story, please do, but always remember it was my mum that it was affected. So anyway, me and my mum, we went into my property, and I was having some work done before. I had about 2 weeks before I moved in, and so did Andy. Andy was having some work done on his property as well. So we'd finished what we were doing, and I said to Mum, let's go. And so I closed the front door, and I'd left the key to the door inside, so I'd locked myself out, which wasn't a problem because the spare keys were where I lived in my flat about 30 miles away. So I said to Mum, I've locked us out, you know, and she said, oh, that's a bit of a shame because she needed to go to the toilet. Now, when my mum tells me she needs to go to, when she actually tells me she needs to go to the toilet, then, you know, there's really no time. You really need to get to the toilet. And I said, look, Mum, the door's locked. I can't get in. And she said, no, I really need to go to the toilet. So I said, oh, I'll try. I know Andy's about. You might try Andy. So she knocked on his front door. No answer. So she walked around the back, tried his back door, and she was able to call through if Andy was in, and there was no answer. So she had no option really but to go upstairs and use his toilet. Unbeknown to us, Andy was having some plumbing work done, so he'd had his water turned off. And anyway, Mum went in and she, what's the polite word? She unloaded her capacity, is the finest word I think I could say without saying the word. So after Mum had done the deed, she came back downstairs a bit quick and she was laughing her socks off. So I said, what's the matter? What, you know? And she said, look, let's get out of here quick. And it was on the way back that she told me that she got into Andy's, there was no one in. So she took a chance, walked upstairs, used the toilet, and when she came to flush the toilet, because Andy had had some work done, he'd flushed the toilet previously, so there was no water in the cistern. so she couldn't flush the present that she'd left in his toilet. So that presented a couple of problems for us, because we were killing ourselves laughing, but also it was one for Andy to discover. Now, when he actually went in, we were thinking, how's he going to, how the hell is he going to receive this? And he's going to think, who the hell's done that? So anyway, Mum sort of said that, you know, she tried to flush the toilet, but it wasn't flushing because there was no water in the cistern. And, you know, she left quite a sizable deposit in the receptacle. So, so all in all, we had a massive laugh. And if Andy ever does come to listen to this, and I know he probably won't, you know, when you think who did that, well, it wasn't me, it was my mum, and that's kept us laughing for years. We often thought about that, and it's probably one of the last mysteries when somebody comes into your home and they leave a deposit, and you think, who the hell's done that, and where did it come from? So I never told Andy. I was there for about 4 years, so I never mentioned it to Andy, and he never mentioned it to me. So I just let it go, but it was one of those little things where you don't sort of mention, isn't it? So anyway, on this Mothering Sunday, if anybody likes to use that little story, it's true. Trust me on that one, it is really true. And to all mums everywhere, have a happy Mothering Sunday. Hope you get spoilt rotten today, and just enjoy the day, your special day. I'm just looking out the back garden again. That lady, she's still there, you know, she's still, oh jeez. She's looking at me now, she's waving over. She's waving at me, look, put some clothes on. Put some clothes on. Oh jeez. Anyway, I've got another blooming summer of all this again. It's a bit difficult when you talk to people over the fence, you know, that's all right when they're fully clothed and all the rest of it. When your neighbour quite often regularly comes to their door and get your attention. And but anyway, to the lady over the back, I hope you never see this. I'm sure you won't. But yeah, that's it, folks. Have a good one, and we'll catch up in the next one. See you soon. Bye-bye.